Right, we're back. Welcome back, everyone. How's everybody doing? Great to be back again. Just getting my screen ready. So the live stream's going to change up a little bit now. We're moving forward. I've been preparing some free ESL lessons for you to learn on YouTube. We do it live, and then you can go back and watch the replay if you can't be here when I'm live. But if you are here today, you can interact with me in the chat. Everything's looking good there. You can ask me questions about the lessons, and I'll certainly ask you questions about the lessons. But there's a good chance that you'll watch this in the future after I'm finished, and you can certainly ask me questions in the comments section, and we can go back and forth and understand meaning together in the English language. This is primarily based for adults or adult young learners, as well as more mature audiences, as we do cover things that are not in the textbook. My name is Teacher James. I've been teaching English as a second language for over 10 years now. So yeah, you might want to check back often because I'm aggressively growing this channel as we move forward. And of course, leave me some feedback. If there's something you'd like me to cover into the future, please let me know. In the meantime, I'm just going to give you what I enjoy teaching and sharing. So with that said, we're going to change over to my screen share and you can see what I'm seeing on the computer. Now I've got to remember to push this key to make it even nicer for you. F11, that looks like it's coming up nicely too. So this was something I've generated. This was called the 5-minute KFC toothpaste lesson. I don't know if you're aware of this, but the first thing we're going to do is look on Google at this picture. So depending on what country you're in, I take it KFC's in most countries around the world, and they've released a toothpaste. I actually laughed a lot when I saw this on the news. I searched on the internet for the funniest news stories around the world, and it said that KFC has now launched a toothpaste. So you can taste the original recipe fried chicken while you're brushing your teeth. Just let that ponder in your mind for a moment. When I first heard it, I thought, is this really a joke? This can't be for real. But apparently, this is a trend that's happening. A lot of food companies are now looking to put their products into stuff we use to clean our body or to brush our teeth. So there you have it. You can see over there, you can get a KFC toothbrush. I think it's an electric toothbrush with some toothpaste. And you can see they've got the fried chicken there, the chips and everything. So apparently it tastes like all that KFC goodness. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Would you like to try this toothpaste? Or if you're live with us, you can certainly ask us or tell us what you think about this. In the meantime, we'll go back to the lesson. I'll just hit that F11 key again. And we're going to go through some vocabulary. So the first word we're going to cover today is bizarre. There it is on the screen right now. It's an adjective. Bizarre basically means very strange or weird. Okay, another word that came up, sold out. Okay, everything was bought. There was none left in the store. So I'm assuming if this is here, that maybe the KFC toothpaste sold out. Everyone got it already. So I don't even know if it's available for you. Limited edition, another adjective. Only made for a short time, not permanent. So they might be just doing this for fun as a bit of a test. You might not be able to get KFC toothpaste in the future. And that takes us to our next word, novelty. Okay, so this is a KFC toothpaste, which is a novelty, something new and unusual, often more fun than useful. Yeah, even though you're brushing your teeth with a KFC flavored toothpaste, I don't think that's something you probably want to keep doing. Next one, persuade. So KFC is trying to persuade you to try the toothpaste, to make someone agree with the idea or your opinion. I don't know what they're trying to achieve here, but I think it's just novelty. It's just like a promotion, something that they do for a little bit of fun and then it goes away. We'll scroll down a little bit more. So here's some questions you can answer in the live chat or the comments section. All right, the first question. Do you think this bizarre product was genius marketing or just a silly mistake? And then why? So you think, yes, it was a silly mistake, or no, it wasn't a silly mistake. This is the new thing that's great that everyone wants, and give us your reasons why. Number two, if you had the chance, would you try the KFC toothpaste? Yes or no? Why or why not? Again, you can answer in the live chat or comment section. Number three, why do people buy limited edition items even if they're not very useful? Yeah, so think about it. You've got so many great choices for toothpaste out there. Why the hell would you want to get a KFC flavored toothpaste? Okay, number four, can you think of another famous food that would be a terrible novelty toothpaste flavor? For example, onion ring flavored toothpaste. That could be quite funny. Yeah. What about a coffee flavored toothpaste? Or what's something else that comes to mind? Like a McDonald's flavored toothpaste, the cheeseburger edition. Let us know in the comments section what you think. And that concludes the first part of our lesson. This is what we call a filler in the ESL world. So it's just a quick warm up to get your English brain ticking. So the next part I've got for you is a TikTok reaction video. I found a guy that did a pretty good review of the toothpaste. So we're going to watch that together. Let me just check that we're good. It's looking good here. Looking good here. All right. So let's see what his reaction was.
Made fried chicken flavored toothpaste. And it's not just any April Fools. They actually made it. So they partnered with Hi Smile to make fried chicken flavored toothpaste. By the way, this KFC toothbrush, absolute fire. This is now going to be my new toothbrush. But they're actually doing it. I'm so curious. Is it going to be like a brown color like fried chicken? Let's try it out. So it's just white. I'm going to go a lot on there. Let's try it out. Fried chicken flavored toothpaste. Oh my god. Oh.
That's great.
Oh god. That's one of the grossest things I've ever had in my entire life.
Surprise.
Repulsed. It tastes like heavy seasoning chicken flavored chips. Oh, they say that it's supposed to give you fresh breath, but there's nothing fresh about that. That is absolutely repulsive, yet I absolutely love that they did that.
I gotta say, I appreciate that. That was a fun reaction. Let me know in the live chat or the comments. What did you think? What did you think of the man's reaction? Do you think you would react like that too if you were trying the KFC toothpaste? Let us know. Hilarious reaction. We're just going to watch a little bit more.
Now, I love snacks as much as anyone, but this new craze about doing personal hygiene and food, this whole collab thing is awful. I've seen like crumble cookie deodorant.
Okay, this is what I was talking about. So like food flavored deodorant, right? Cookie flavored deodorant. Not sure if I'm up for that.
Girl Scout cookie body wash.
Body wash in cookie flavor. You want to smell like a cookie all the time?
Einstein Brother Bagel shampoo.
This is hilarious. Cheesy shampoo Wake and bacon conditioner. I'm not sure if the vegans would be a fan of these two. I would love to know if you're vegan. What do you think of this? Oh, that's pretty entertaining.
Who? It's just too much. Let's just keep it's church and state. Let's keep it separate. But there's one thing I still gotta do. Christy!
Oh.
Finger licking good. KFC made fried chicken flavored
Okay, sorry,
toothpaste.
I've gone over. It's just replayed again. Sorry about that. But yeah, the reaction, let's see, can we fast forward it? Her reaction tells you just about everything you need to know. Oh, that's brilliant. Let us know in the comments section. Did that make you laugh? I'm all about entertainment. With that said, let's move on to our main lesson. So this is called comedy and cross-cultural phonetics. So if you're working with multiple languages around the world, there's a good chance you're going to get words in other languages that sound like something else in another language that might sound a little offensive. And I've got a banger for you today. I did post in the text section of my YouTube channel for homework the other day to go and watch this video. If you haven't watched this video on the link here, I'm just going to post that again in the chat so it's available for you. Oh, cool. There's a highlight there. So this is called Bich Nha, but that's actually not an English word. That's from the Vietnamese language. And the two podcast hosts, Tom and Christina, they've done a video called Best Cafe Ever. I would love to show this video on my channel, but I'm concerned about the copyright strikes. So that's why I'm telling you to pause the video now and then go and watch this video and then come back to me and then we'll do the English lesson. With that said, I'll just post it into where it needs to be to make it a little easier for you. Just give me a moment. Just going to put it back on me while I do this to keep it nice. And I have to post that into my own live stream. That should be coming up. Yes, this live stream will make a lot more sense if you go and watch this video. If you don't go watch this video, it's going to be hard to understand what I'm trying to teach you here. So yeah, please do that right now. What I might do is I might take a quick break too. I need to go to the bathroom. I had a little bit of coffee before and it's triggered my bladder. So I'm just going to put up that screen while I'm taking a break. Take that video, it's only 7 minutes long, and watch it. And then I'll meet you back and we'll go through the vocabulary and understandings and why it's also funny. Okay, and we're back. Things are still looking good here. All right, so back to our lesson. So I hope you checked out the video while I was away. Uh, let's get through this. I'm going to share the screen again. There we go. Okay, F11 to make it nice and big for you. So yes, I assume now that you have watched the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it entertaining. And it's a perfect example of when languages change and the meaning changes. So in this example, we have two highly offensive words in the English language. And caution, you have to be very careful with these words and who you say them to. In fact, I wouldn't say them to anybody, but this is for the this is for the purpose of studying English as a second language. So it's for education as well as a little bit of entertainment. But yeah, you've got two key words here that come up in the video. That's said by the man. They were watching an Instagram video. The first word is here, the second word's here. I'm not actually going to say these words myself, but I will get you the dictionary. So the first word, you can hear the UK pronunciation. Here we go.
Bich,
And then you've also got the US version.
bitch,
Okay. So there's a little bit of a different sound, but it means the same thing. Now, this is a very creative word in the English language. I'm going to go through a few definitions of it. A bitch could be the name of a female dog. It also can be an offensive word for a woman who is considered to be unpleasant or unkind. It can also mean something that causes difficulties or problems or that is unpleasant. It's the act of complaining or talking unkindly about people. An offensive word for someone who will do everything you tell them to do because you have complete control over them. Now, I want you to use this one today for the context, right? In the video that I suggested that you watch by the lovely comedians, Tom and Christina, on their podcast, um, they watched an Instagram video where the man was saying this and he was matching it with the next word. And this is what it basically means in this context. Remember, words can have different meanings in the context. So, in this context, this is the one you want to remember. Okay. So, someone that you have complete control over. Now, we'll go to the other offensive word. I'm not going to say it, but we'll get the pronunciation here on the UK.
Nigger,
Okay. And the US version.
nigger,
Okay. And what it means is it's a way of extremely offending a person from the black community or a black person. So this is a no-no, guys. If you're learning English as a second language, avoid using this word at all costs because you don't know what kind of problem you might cause for yourself, but it'll probably end up with some kind of ass beating. So yeah, from a teacher to a student, this is probably one of the worst words you could say to a black person. And now we're going to put the combination together, right? The funny thing is about this word is it can mean many things, but they don't have any of it here, right? It's just that it's offensive to a black person. But you'll find if you watch movies from this culture, they will have so many different meanings with this word. If a black person says it to a black person, totally fine, though it can still be offensive depending on how it's put together, but it can be used in a fun way to call your friend. You can say this instead, like buddy, pal, friend, mate. Mate's a big one in Australia and England. But for the black people, they can use this one as between their own culture. They can just say that to each other, and it's not a big deal. But if someone from another culture uses that, it's a big problem. So yeah, remember that with cultural learnings when it comes to English. But the fun part is where the guy in the Instagram video puts this word together with the first word that I mentioned. Okay. So we have,
bitch,
and then he said,
nigger,
okay. So he put those two together and he can created a whole different meaning and a slang. So if we take the meaning that I mentioned to you before over here, the one about controlling, right? If you call someone these two words together, basically means that you have complete control over them and you're offending them at the same time. So if a black person said that to a black person, that's very offensive because you're disrespecting them, you're not respecting who they are. Sometimes I'll say that because the other person did something stupid or someone made a big mistake, so they might call them that. It might get used if you're in a relationship and maybe the man feels like he has no more power. They might call a man that has no power in his relationship or his marriage or something. They might call him this word together. The B, we'll call it the B and the N, right? But the funny part of the video is a completely different meaning again. So these are English words that are highly offensive, but if you change this to Vietnamese, it sounds completely different. But the person that made the video for Instagram was saying that even though the spelling is different in the Vietnamese language, uh, it looks very similar to offensive words that we've been studying here, the B and the N, with a Vietnamese word which is simply pronounced Bich Nga, right? And it's got nothing to do with offending people. It says here, according to Gemini, that it's a Vietnamese name typically given to girls, and it has a lovely meaning when translated into English. Bich usually refers to a precious bluish green gemstone like a jade or an emerald. If you're not sure what a gemstone is, let's see if we can get some. Jade emerald. Let's see if we can get like a, yeah, there you go. So it's something that's pleasant, right? What was the other one? Oh, okay. Yeah, jade or emerald. Emerald or jade is the same, right? Almost. They're very similar. Green, beautiful colors of jewelry, right? Which you might see in the country of Vietnam or other countries. So yeah, Bic just remains something nice, a nice piece of jewelry or stone. And Nga simply means beautiful or good, can be associated with a moon goddess or a fairy. Let's get a picture of a moon goddess or a fairy. Forgot to make that a little bit bigger for you. That's a moon goddess. Or we could go, oh, fairy, right? So Nga could mean this, but in the English language, it means something completely different that's offensive. Okay, so a fairy or a moon goddess. So getting back to the lesson, now that we have the two major words here, let's continue. So what's the purpose of this lesson? The focus of this lesson is to understand slangs and potential for miscommunication, which I just explained, right? These are also known, new word, which made me laugh too, homophones. That sounds very similar to another word. I'll leave leave that to you. Write it in the comments if you know what I'm saying, or in the live chat. Homophones sound similar to another English word. Maybe you could figure that out. If not, we'll just move on because we don't want to get off topic. Vocabulary and idioms from the clip. So when you watch the comedians react to this, they are losing it, to lose it over something, meaning they found it really funny. Context of the clip: Tom and Christina lose it over Café, Bich, because it sounds like something else in the English language. Again, the first word we covered up here sounds like this, right? And it also sounds like this together. So Bich or
bitch,
nigger,
all right. So that's why they were laughing about it. Okay. An idiom meaning to react strongly to something, usually by laughing uncontrollably. Okay. It could also mean something angry, to lose it over something, but in this case they were laughing a lot. Okay, examples for students. The comedian told a joke that was so good the whole audience lost it. So not only did they enjoy it in the studio where they filmed the podcast, the people that were watching the video enjoyed it. And we'll read the comments later to see the reactions. Okay, let's move on. To dress someone down. They did talk about this, but it's kind of getting off topic too. I apologize. Probably shouldn't have put this in here. I might edit it out later. Um, but they did start. They were saying, they were talking about, doesn't it feel satisfying when somebody dresses you down, right? Just means talking down to you, criticizing you. I guess that's kind of connected with, if you did call someone a B and an N, that would be dressing someone down because you're disrespecting them, like they have no power and they're weak. For example, the coach dressed the player down for being late to practice. Okay, a deep cut. That's another thing. So when people get cut deep, um, that's an old cut. That's deep. But right there, bro, that makes me feel bad about myself. Slang's usually referring to a song, a movie, or a piece of work that is not the most popular or well known, often only appreciated by dedicated fans. Just give me a minute. I want to check everything's still working. It appears to be. Okay, I love their new single, but my favorite track is still an album deep cut from 2005. That doesn't really make that much sense when we're referring to this. We're changing the meaning. But just remember, for the context of this video, a deep cut generally is when someone feels bad about themselves because they've been dressed down by someone. By calling them a B and an N, you are cutting someone deep. Okay, but in Vietnam, it doesn't mean that. It's a female name and it's also used for coffee shops. So a Big Nga coffee shop. Let's get some more pictures of that. We should cover that a bit more. See if we can search. Get the F for a moment. Big Nga Cafe. So you'll find these all over the world, really. So black people are more interested in this now since they saw it. It's great. Uh, these are actually real places. It's not just in America. You could go to Vietnam and find a place like this, no problem. And it doesn't even have to be coffee shops. It can be for beef noodle soups in Vietnam. That was from I think the Instagram video they showed. A black guy went into the coffee shop because he wanted to find out what is all this Big Nga about. So there you go. Meet me at Big Nga. There they are, Tom and Christina. Bless you guys. Love the podcast. Fabulous. All right. So yeah, people are seeing these things. It's basically, there's another thing I wanted to cover too. It's, you could call it lost in translation, and there's a movie that I want to talk about later. Lost in translation. This is another great example of two languages changing the meaning completely. So this guy, he's an American that goes to Japan, and in the story, I think he's a little famous, and he has to do some ads for the Japanese and work with the Japanese. He doesn't speak Japanese, and he kind of feels like he's in a very strange place, and he's a little bit sad. I don't think he's happy with his life back in America. But it's another great example of when you go from country to country, how the meaning in language change, or meaning in languages change. So yeah, this big nga and b and n, these are things that are basically lost in translation, where it might be offensive to someone, but in another culture, it doesn't mean anything negative. All right, let's go back. All right, some of these, I must apologize, are not really necessary. Notable. Okay, here we go. To frequent a place. Okay, so people that go to Bich Nha are probably Vietnamese. They're not necessarily English people, though English people will come in there from time to time. You're really only trying to get other Vietnamese people to frequent it, right? A verb meaning used for often. She frequents the library because she loves to read. She frequents the Bich Nha coffee shop because she likes Vietnamese coffee. Or the Bich Nha restaurant. Frequent the Bich Nha restaurant because you love the food. It's notable. It will be like, worth to note that it's notable, an objective meaning important, worth paying attention to, or something interesting. The country's new policy is notable, change from previous laws. So again, it's notable that they're not really trying to market to English people. They're notable that they're marketing only to Vietnamese people. So there you go. I'm going to keep going down here now. All right, so question time, answer time. You can put it in the live chat or the comments. Why did Tom and Christina find the name of the Vietnamese restaurant so funny? I've explained that, so you should be able to answer. Practice your English accordingly. According to Tom Segura, if the food is authentic and high quality, who is the restaurant primarily trying to attract? Okay, so who's going there? I did cover that as well. Cultural observations. Have you ever seen a name or a sign in English or another language you speak that sounded funny or inappropriate in your native language? Inappropriate basically means a word that might be offensive to some people in a different language, but in another language, it's perfectly fine. Okay, an opinion. Do you think the owners of this restaurant knew their name sounded like an offensive English phrase? Or do you think they were unaware? Okay, so again, answers in the comment section. Let's get going, guys. Really looking forward to see how you answer that. Show me that you understand. And of course, if there's anything I've covered today that you didn't understand, please let me know too. I'm going to take another break. And when I come back, we'll go through the answers. Okay, I'm back. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good time with this real world English lesson. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you being here, even if you're watching this in the future. Now we're going to go to the answers to the questions, right? So the first question, we should probably show that again, right? Make this bigger. Okay, core of the joke. Why did Tom and Christina find the name of this Vietnamese restaurant so funny? The reason being is Tom and Christina lost it because the Vietnamese name Café Bich has a strong phonetic similarity to an extremely offensive English phrase. The joke isn't about the intended Vietnamese name, but about the unintentional misinterpretation that happens when English speakers read it. They found the situation highly comical because of this cross cultural homophone. Why does homophone make me laugh? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, let's go to question 2. According to Tom Segura, if the food is authentic and high quality, who is the restaurant primarily trying to attract? Okay, Tom suggests that if the name Bich Nha is common and non-offensive within the Vietnamese culture, restaurants the restaurant is likely trying to attract and cater to the local Vietnamese community. He theorizes that they are not trying to get a broader fan base, meaning they're just looking for Vietnamese people to go there. They're not necessarily interested in people that are not Vietnamese to go there because they wouldn't want to use that name that could be so easily misconstrued by English speakers if they were trying to be mainstream. Again, I don't think they're aware of it, and I think there's another answer there for that. Number 3, cultural observations. Have you ever seen a name or a sign in English or another language you speak that found it funny or inappropriate in your native language? So we're talking about other languages around the world now. Here's a good one. An answer from the German community. Yes, I have. In my city, there was a store that used the English word gift. However, the German word for gift actually means poison. I didn't know that. In Germany, gift means poison. In English, gift means like a present, something nice that you would give to someone at maybe their birthday or Christmas. It was a great source of humor for German-speaking tourists. It's a perfect example of what they say, a false cognate. Two words that look or sound the same in different languages, but have completely different meanings. So there you go. Thank you, Germany. All right. And the fourth one. Let's have a look again. Do you think the owners of this restaurant knew their name sounded like an offensive English phrase, or do you think they were unaware? And why? Is the final example answer. Okay, I think they must have known because the similarity is so obvious to a native English speaker. It's possible they choose the name on purpose to generate conversation and publicity. Even negative attention is still attention. That's true. And it certainly makes the name notable. They may have decided the cultural significance of the name outweighed the potential offense. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that answer. I actually think they don't know, um, based on the fact that I've got a lot of experience with Vietnamese culture. I'm actually married to one. She's fantastic. Shout out to my wife. I don't think the people of Vietnam know that they're maybe offending potential cultures in America. But I don't even think that people from the black community are offended by this. They're just curious and they're using it for entertainment purposes. The guy that made the Instagram video sounded like he was just having some fun with social media. It didn't sound like he was offended. And then when the other guy went to the coffee shop, it was just out of curiosity. He can see that they really have no idea what's going on there. And it's just a little bit of fun. So, anyways, that concludes this part of the session. I really enjoyed teaching this today. It was a nice change. And let's just talk a little bit more. So, if you made it this far and you liked what you saw, I would love it if you could hit that like button. It really helps to grow the channel. Let me know also in the comments section if there's something you would like me to cover, or if you'd like me to review something, or if you have some ideas for the channel on how you would like me to present content. And also let me know if you are enjoying what I've done so far. It does tell me a lot and helps me a lot. The next part I'd like to share with you too is if you're looking for an online English teacher, look at the links in the description. And by the way, that video that I wanted you to watch for this lesson to make sense today is in the description too, if you want to go back and watch it. But also, if you're looking for an online English teacher and you're a highly motivated student, you're looking to go somewhere with your English, reach out to me, send me a message, and we can set up custom lesson plans for you. With that said, if you would like to be notified next time I go live, you can hit the subscribe button and hit the bell, and then you'll know when I'm going live. Unfortunately, I'll be going live at random times. I don't have a set schedule because my work schedule is a little bit different every day, but I will try to get some consistency. And if you miss the live stream, don't worry. There will be a replay button. You can watch it after it's finished, and you can still interact with me in the comments section. I may come on again this week. I've got another lesson I'd really like to get on here. And look out for the clips. They will hopefully entice you to watch more of my material. Thank you so much. Over and out.